I thought I admitted. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to give you a few minutes to log on. I notice a few of you are still connecting to audio. If you want to take a moment right now, just type your name and center you're from in the chat box. And then we will probably have people joining us. There was a lot more than the 7 of you that had logged on or had registered. All right. Good afternoon. You all are here because you're signed up for class bonus. And we are just going to do a quick little tutorial, very informal, about how you can access the classes that you have signed up for you and maybe your staff, the infant toddler bonus or the pre-K class bonus. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen. And just very basic, I'm going to show you how to log in and get to your MyTeachstone account if you've have already created a MyTeachstone account. So I'm going to log in here with my email and my password. And it's going to bring me to my dashboard. This particular dashboard, this is a personal account of mine, so it matches pretty much what you have in your own MyTeachstone accounts. So I know a lot of you have been wondering where the learnabouts are. So Sandy Grafton found us a very quick and easy way. It was also in a frequently asked question that was attached to your constant contact where you found that we were doing the training. So if you download that, it'll walk you through step by step, which is what I'm going to do for you right now. So you're going to come right over here to the top tabs. You're going to click on learning. You're going to click on learning resources. Don't click this learning resource. Click this one under learning. And once you select that, you're going to see this My Professional Development, this blue line here. Click the hyperlink, and it's going to pull up your professional development. Anytime Tanya recommends classes, you'll see those here, but you all are interested in the learnabouts. So I want you to come all the way down to certificates and click on that. This is where all the learnabouts are going to populate. The infant learnabouts, the toddler learnabouts, all 8 of those, and then all 10 of the pre-K learnabouts are right here. As you can see, I haven't completed any of these. I'm going to go back up here to the infant. I did this very quickly this morning. I viewed the videos. It asked me a few questions. I answered the questions. And then once I completed it, it takes about 15 minutes long to complete one learnabout. You'll see it gives you a date that it was completed. After I completed the whole series for infant, you'll see that I completed all 60 minutes. And right here is where I can download my certificate. So I would just simply click that button. I would be able to upload or open my PDF. And this is my certificate of completion for the Learn About series for infant. I'm going to stop. Let me see, stop this real quick. And I'm going to stop there real quick and see if anybody has any questions about how to go about getting to their learnabouts. And you can either unmic or send me a question in chat. Are we seeing any questions? All right, so let me go ahead and go back here. So one thing I want to tell you, because I did my certificates of today, those fall within our after July 1st, 2022 through today. But what about our participants who started their classes and completed them before that? They're going to have a date that's not going to work on their certificate if they try to download that certificate of completion. You can simply come right back over here, click on your Learn About. It's going to populate it. And you can either resume where you left off if you left off in the middle, or you can say no and you can start again in the beginning. You can re-watch your Learn About, go through the whole 15 minutes. I'm going to pop out. And what will happen is the date will change here, but it's not going to change this certificate of completion from before. So what you'll need to do is do a screenshot of this section right here so that it shows the newer date, the second time that you viewed the video. Same thing for toddler. If you have viewed it again, you're going to want to take a screenshot so it shows the correct date. And then again, if you've done pre-K. Let me check our chat and see. So I have some questions. I have completed all the needed trainings and videos and downloaded. How do I receive grant funds? Sharif, I will go over that in a second. We're going to go over all of the trainings first before we get to where you would upload your certificate so that you may receive funds. This screen does not show up this way for me. Nizali, are you doing this on your phone? It might be a little different on your phone. On her computer. All right, Nizali, I might be able to meet with you where you can share your screen and show me what you are seeing at a later, at a different time. Because unless I see what you're seeing, it's harder for me to answer that question. All right, so one of the things I want to go over with you really quick, if you would, let me stop share here. The learnabouts are not the only thing that is required for your pre-K class bonus or your infant toddler class bonus. So what I want to do, I'm going to give you a really helpful way, easy way, so that you know how to kind of check off what you need in order to make sure you have everything to upload so that you have what's needed to receive that bonus. How many of you are familiar with the Early Learning Coalition's website and have looked at it? Anybody familiar with getting on the Early Learning Coalition of Seminole's website? I just shared it for you. If you just type in Early Learning Coalition of Seminole, it should populate and you can click and you will see our website. What I want you to do, you're going to click on providers or just hover over it and then you see a drop-down box. American Rescue Plan Act grant, supply build opportunities. Click on that. And if you scroll down, and this is great for your teachers if you can run a copy of this for them. If you come over here to recruit and train, these are the infant, toddler, and pre-K class bonus opportunities. So here's our class pre-K bonus. If you click on it, it's a hyperlink. And it's going to populate all of the classes that are needed for this bonus. So we reviewed how to get the learnabouts. You have to have a MyTeachstone account. You need to have created that in order to find the learnabouts, how I showed you that process of how to find it, where it populates. But this section here in this like darker pink box has 4 individual classes. Tanya or Lori had sent out some product key codes. The one for pre-K is called Class Foundations. It's 1 product key code, but it gives you all 4 of these classes to take. Some of you have not created your MyTeachstone account, but you've been able to take these 4 classes. I'm going to show you how that happens. So let me stop share here. And sorry, I have to go in and out of a screen. Log out. All right. So if you have activated a product key code without logging into your MyTeachstone account, that means you haven't created your MyTeachstone account. You've only activated a product key code and have been able to take those classes, and they're not showing up within your account. The certificate is still good and valid, and hang on to that, but you still need to have a MyTeachstone account, log in with your email or phone number and your password in order to come over here. Go to My Professional Development. You're going to click on, certificates. In order to get those infant learnabouts, toddler learnabouts, and your pre-K learnabouts. So let's see. What is the earliest date that staff should have for viewing videos? I'm not quite sure.
That's when you were talking about the learnabouts.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember, was it May 15th? I'm not sure when I know there was a time crunch. So what's the date that should show for staff who did have access to those videos before and watch them? But those dates are not current, where you said they would take a screenshot and submit that along with their certificate. What was what earliest date should they have on there? Is
Tanya?
it April 30th?
Tanya, are you there?
Hey, so this is Karen.
Oh, hey.
So Catherine, so everyone was still in the approval process for the ARPA grant applications on April the 25th. After that time frame, we had to do some cleanup, and we had to work with Teachstone to get you that information. And Tanya's team spent a good 3 or 4 days calling all of those centers to be sure that the people enrolled in preschool and the people enrolled in infant toddler were correct, and they could get the information they needed. So unless Tanya clarifies, I would say that no one should have received their information or their email. I think the emails for the first infant Todd classes went out on the Friday and Saturday, which would be the 28th and 29th of April. And I think after that, information was sent out like May 1st. So if you have something earlier than that, that's not going to be valid. It should be after you were contacted by the coalition and given the information to go in and start your account. And that you were, if they elected the infant toddler classes, that they were signed up for one of those dates for the virtual led instructions.
Okay, so this, I think I only have one staff member that this would apply to, and she's in pre-K. So as long as she has watched the videos, say since May 5th, she should be within that window.
Correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
You're
sorry
welcome.
about that, Karen. I
Oh, it's okay.
thought it was after July 1st, so
Oh, no, it's no,
where they
if
signed
they,
the
if,
application.
yeah, so a lot of people thought when we were doing the eligibility request that if they had watched these prior to this ARPA grant being released, that they were just going to be able to upload those certificates and it would be eligible for funding, but that's not the case. With
Okay.
these particular activities, they all have to be started and completed after they were approved with the ARPA application and after your team contacted them to let them know that their TeachStone account was ready. Because if they did it before those dates, they just have to go in and do them again.
Okay. So thank you for that question, Catherine. So the other thing I wanted to show you, I did show you the where to find the pre-K bonus. Let me go ahead and share my screen again. Let's see if I can find it. And so right below class bonus pre-K is class bonus infant toddler. So again, you have a product key code that's right here for these two classes, class primer for teachers and building community with interactions. In addition, you have 12 learnabouts. There are 4 for infant and 8 for toddler. And then you also had to attend 2 virtual trainings taught by TeachStone staff. One is intro to the class tool. So you had your choice between intro to the infant class tool or intro to the toddler class tool. The other class you had to take was thinking and thriving. So I would utilize these little handouts as a checklist after you and your staff have taken these classes. And then once you have a check next to all of them, you know you've completed what you needed. So the next thing would be for your staff who have completed all of these classes to download their certificates or take a screenshot of the Learnabout with the date that will work, not a previous date if they had taken it before. They can't download that certificate. They'll have to take a snippet of the screen that shows the updated or the newer date of when they completed that Learnabout. It doesn't change the date on the certificate of completion. So once you have all these uploaded, it would be extremely easy for you to upload if you have everything in one PDF, if you're able to put it all in one PDF.
is that
Do I
for each staff member, like one?
One PDF per staff, yes.
Okay.
So let me go ahead. I'm going to share another screenshot for you. There it is. I have a zillion things up. I'm so sorry. It's taking a second. All right. So once your staff have completed every single training and they have given you the PDF of those trainings, you're going to log into your account, your web author account. You're going to select your staff. And then if they took class pre-K bonus, you would click on that. So let's see. Let me move my screen down for you. So you would click on class pre-K bonus or class pre-K or class bonus infant toddler, whichever they took. And then right here is where it says upload required documentation to demonstrate completion of requirements. That way, if you have it saved under your staff for every single certificate, it's going to be very easy. You're just going to click the choose file, find it on your computer, and upload it to your web author account. By selecting yes, you're saying that they meet the requirements, all the documentation to complete that class pre-K bonus. At that point, you would click yes. You're affirming that they have given you every single certificate. Okay. And this is it. It's going to show you everything again listed here. Okay. And this is just another thing. Once you've clicked yes, this is when it's going to come up and they want the teacher who completed all those classes to affirm that she has taken and completed those classes. This is when you need to make sure your teacher is nearby you, or you have her on, you've called her on the phone and said, have your cell phone near you. You're going to receive a text. And so what happens is when you pop in their phone number or they're standing next to you, this is either going to be on your computer and they can sign affirming, or you're going to click this little telephone and punch in their phone number. A little box is going to populate on their phone after they they'll receive a link, they'll click it, and then this box populates, they sign, and then they submit their signature, affirming that they've taken all of the classes. It's going to populate on your end, their signature, and it's immediate. And then you're going to hit save entry. You're going to click yes, that you're confirming that that is their signature, I believe it is. And then the next thing is, I believe you have to sign on. And oh, I'm sorry. I was explaining it, but it's going step by step here. So here's the place where you would click the little cell phone, enter their cell phone number. This is what it looks like. They would sign on their phone. Then you're going to have to come back as the provider and you have to say, are they a resident? Do they have your sponsorship from the program for taking these classes? And are they still employed? And do they meet the following criteria? Have they completed a background screening? Have they completed at least 120 hours of employment? Once you've answered those questions, then it populates for you to give your signature. And then you're going to confirm that this is your electronic signature. And then you will save the entry. So that's the process for uploading all the certificates at one time. If your teachers have only completed half, I would not do this until you have every single certificate. Because if it's incomplete, when they review it, they're gonna kick it back. It's gonna be an incomplete entry. Does anybody have any questions?
I have a question. On their portal, when after they're done with these classes, where would they find their certificates? Because I finished a couple of those courses and I'm not seeing where the certificates are located. For me, just
Okay. So for, I've got to switch my screen. So are these people taking the class for the first time, Sally?
yes.
Okay, so if they're taking the learnabouts for the first time, so you can see I took all 4 learnabouts this morning for my infant learnabout. It's 4 dimensions here that make up the infant class tool. I viewed them, it shows I completed them. Right here is where I would download my certificate. Okay.
Okay, could you show me
can-
where I would go, how to get to that screen?
How to get to this screen, absolutely. So let me go back to my home page. Can always get back to the home screen by hitting home. So you're going to click on learning, learning resources. There's a hyperlink here that says My Professional Development. Click on that. You're going to scroll. Now you're going to see a whole lot of things that populate here. This is stuff Tanya has recommended to people who've had an account, but it's harder to find it this way. Sandy found a quick and easy way for you to find all the learnabouts. You're going to come down here to certificates. And this is where it lists all of your infant, all of your toddler, and all of your pre-K. Now you can see I completed infant, so my certificate is here. And I can click it, it'll pop here, and I can open it, and that's what your certificate will look like. Okay. Now, you won't have that button populate if you haven't completed all of your learnabouts for each section. Does anybody else have any questions?
I do. So I had a couple teachers who have already left that I put in for the new hire that I deleted. And I have like 30 more staff members that are signed up for pre-K. 5 of them have already finished. Can I submit those 5 now? Or do I need to? Okay, it's not gonna like kick me out.
No, it's uploading incomplete. So say Susie Q has only completed her learnabouts, and Jeffrey has completed the learnabouts and the product key code where you have those 4 individual classes. So he's complete for pre-K. She's not. You upload his and then you upload hers. Hers is going to get kicked back because it's incomplete. His will go through and it'll be reviewed that he's completed. I would upload them as they complete so that you don't have, because you have very large school, Ashley, and you will have a ton to upload at the last minute if you wait. So I would just have a list of my employees and check them off after you've done it so you know who you're waiting for.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Anyone else?
I have a question.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, so if I have a staff member who was new, who was finishing up her 45 hours and did that just last Friday, got the exams done, and is interested in the class infant toddler schedule. Is it possible for anyone to join in now, or is it too late?
Karen,
Hey, I'm here. No, so we actually, sorry, there was something going on outside my window. If you added the staff in with your eligibility request and we took account of them before the deadline of April 30th, then they would be eligible to participate. But we've already provided numbers to TeachStone for the amount of accounts and product keys that we've needed. So are you saying this is like a brand new person, or is this someone that you just oversight and didn't add them in to take that class?
This is a new person who was doing her 45 hours. So I didn't add her into class because, you know, I thought that they had to select one track. And so I had her select the 45 hours completion of the health and safety.
Mhm. Right, right. Yeah, and we didn't want them to be overloaded and have too much to do. So she's definitely completed the 45 hours and taken the exams by now.
Yes.
Okay, so if you can send us an email with her information to the ARPA-SB email account and let us look at it. And I know that we have a couple of people dropping out, but if we've already issued those accounts, we're going to have to look and see if we have anything available for them to be able to participate in the class bonus trainings. And we'll have to get back to you. Okay, but if we've issued all of our account numbers and product keys and things, then they won't be able to do that at this time. But we wanted to be sure they got done with the 45 hours, so they definitely could get that bonus.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're
just
welcome.
make sure you upload her certification, her DCF transcript, so on her new hire for that 45 hours.
So I should go ahead and consider her a complete file at this point for that first piece, because she did complete all of the work required.
Yes.
Well, so what we're actually asking people to do, why don't you email the ARPA-SB email account first, and let's see if she's able to go ahead, if we can find availability for her to take a class bonus training. It's better, there is a way to do it in WebAuthor, but it's better if you can upload the DCF transcript and attest to the background screening for the recruitment bonus, and to upload the class bonus certificates at one time. Then you don't have to get into modifying different things with that educator's account in WebAuthor. I mean, there is a way to do it, and we have some information out there, and we're going to be putting out more tutorials, but let us get back to you first on that before you send that part in for her, before you upload the DCF transcript. Then you could do it all at one opportunity if it's possible, and not have to go in and do modifying of certain information. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Simpler is better for me.
Okay, I'm trying to locate training for directors. Sharif, I'm not quite sure what director training you're talking about. Is it the upskill director bonus? Okay, so for the upskill director, you would have already had to have been signed up for that track. And I'm the instructor for that, for the MMCI portion of that particular track. I don't believe you are signed up on that. Were you? Is that what you were asking, if you could be on that track? I think I was signed up, but don't know where to go. Nazali. And again, Nazali, how do I sign up in? Yes. So that already passed the sign up for that for the upskill director. And I'll go ahead and show you what we're talking about. So I can kind of walk you all through it. So I had showed you for, if you're on our website, and we have these hyperlinks for the class bonus pre-K and the class bonus infant toddler. This is the upskill director bonus. But you had to have been already signed up for this. And you would have received a product key code for class primer for leaders and building community with interactions. And in addition to that, you would have been taking a MMCI class that is 12 sessions. It's meeting twice a week, pretty much twice a week through June, and it's worth 24 hours. So if you're not taking MMCI right now, you are not enrolled in this upskill director bonus. Yes, you did miss this bonus if you were not signed up for this, because this has already started. And starting tomorrow, we're already into session 4 of MMCI. So, and we only have one of those trainings. So you had to have been signed up for this when you put in the application and you were selecting the different tracks for your staff. You would have had to have selected the upskill track for yourself in order to be part of upskill director bonus. Does that answer your questions for upskill director? Okay, yeah. Yeah, and the upskill director bonus, that MMCI component, it's pre-K MMCI. I just want to let you know, this was a very fast-tracked bonus where we had MMCI going on twice a week, 2 hours each time. And it's done in like half the time that we normally do MMCI. We offer MMCI throughout the year, and it'll come through Constant Contact. So if you are interested in taking MMCI, just be on the lookout. We offer MMCI for infant, toddler, and pre-K throughout the year.
So is the MMCI the portion where it gives us skills in coaching teachers in using class or helping them implement it? I guess I was looking more for leading the component of it. I'm taking the infant, toddler, and the preschool pre-K, so I know what I'm talking about. But I feel like as a director, there's still some gaps in helping and coaching teachers.
So you are taking, Catherine, I'm assuming the infant, toddler, and the pre-K class bonuses, those 2 tracks?
Yeah, so I'm basically just taking what the teachers are taking, so I know what they know.
So
but that's as far as I've gotten.
Perfect. So here's the difference with that. Those learnabouts, you're learning about the individual dimensions that make up the class tool for infant, for toddler, and for pre-K. It's a very brief overview. It gives you a very basic understanding. But if you want to get more in depth and understand the class tool, especially your teachers, what they're being observed to, I highly recommend taking infant, toddler, or infant, toddler is together, and pre-K. They're 2 separate tracks, and taking the MMCI. It goes more in depth into each dimension. At the end of the training of each dimension, the teachers are given, there's 3 strengths that they can choose from. They go back into their classroom, they can practice it, they can come back the following training, and then we discuss their strength that they chose, how did it go, what worked, maybe what didn't work. It doesn't always work the first time, but then we talk with them about you know, what you can do next time to try and improve. Sometimes it's just practice. You have to practice, practice, practice in order to get it. But MMCI goes more in depth. These learnabouts are giving you a brief overview of what they're being observed to.
Is there another opportunity for that leading class? There's another course that was required for the upskill director's bonus that was listed there. You've mentioned the MMCI. Is there a way that we can take advantage of taking those other classes, even if it's not part of the grant?
We offer MMCI throughout the year, but the one MMCI that was for pre-K, for upskill director, that class is already started. And so there won't be another one with this grant, but we'll offer MMCI. We always offer MMCI throughout the year. But it's one of those you have to have your teachers buy in. It's 24 hours in length. They take 2-hour sessions. So they take typically 12 2-hour sessions over a period of 3 months.
Okay, I just thought there was another class that was listed there that wasn't the MMCI. So I understand that we have another opportunity, not related to the grant for that particular skill. But when you were showing that list of what is the directors who are participating.
These two right here, class primer for leaders and building community with interactions.
Yes.
Right, this, you need a product key code. Let's see.
You do.
Yeah,
Please, you do.
you need a product key code for that.
Yes.
So we can't really go back and get that information.
Yeah, Lori?
No, because we only had so many
of
product
those.
key codes for that. Possibly primer for direct leaders. That's only a 2-hour course. It doesn't really give you a whole lot. Like Kalisa said, I think it would be more beneficial if you waited and were able to take MMCI along with your staff when we offer it again.
Okay, all right. So taking it with them would be the best way to
Yes.
host them, I guess, through it.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
All right, do I have any more questions in chat or?
Lisa, can you go to your dashboard and show them where their other professional development certificates are, other than the learnabouts?
All right, let me go back to this. Go back to home.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, walk me through it, Lori. You're muted.
I have mine up if you want me to share my screen.
Or you can just walk me through.
Okay. So
Okay,
if you go to your home where you have your different tiles,
mm-hmm.
and it says Kalisa's dashboard.
Right.
Share that. Do you see there's underneath your dashboard, it says my professional development, get certificates.
I'm gonna click that button. Okay, and will this populate certificates?
No, you go back to home.
Okay.
I wasn't looking at your screen. My screen was.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, see where it says my professional development?
Yes.
Oh, you only have learning resources under yours. Mine shows a whole lot of the available courses based on what's available to me. And if they put in product key codes, but actually they've like activated over on the side where you see the activated product key code, it'll show up under this professional development as available. And if they completed it, they will show their certificates when they click on it.
Right. So this is my personal account that I just have for showing because they only have these 3 tiles, whereas if I
Right.
my work email or work account, it's gonna show something different. That's why I have this one up. So it shows them what theirs looks like. But this is where you would activate your product key code once you log into MyTeachstone, and you would click here and then just type in that product key code here and activate, and then it's going to populate your courses to take. Once you finish them, you would click the get certificates, and then it will populate your certificates there. I haven't taken any, and that's why when I click on my certificates, I have no training history.
Thank you.
Mhm. Let's see.
Yeah. Now, if you want to show
Thank you, Kelly.
Leslie hers, if you go to learning resources, you should be able to find her.
Who am I finding?
Nosley, because she was asking about. If you go to your users, you know where your users are, right?
I'm not in that.
Oh, you're not in yours.
I'm
Okay.
not in my work one.
Okay, because when we pull it up, it'll show it exactly the way she should see it.
Mm. Yeah, I'm not in my work email.
I mean, I can share mine and show you because I'm in mine. If you want, but, or she can
Yeah.
pull up her screen and show us what she's seeing.
You're a co-host, Lori.
Okay. You see my screen?
I do.
Okay. So for me, I have to go to, I have more than, see, this is what mine looks like with the professional development. It tells me what's available. And when I hit get certificates, it'll show all the courses I've ever taken. So yes, for you, you shouldn't have all those. But if you go to your learning resources tile, which you will have, that you have only one, I'm just going to show her what her screen looks like when I pull her up. And I can actually go see, you will see under yours, it'll look a little different, and you should have PD, teacher history, and your certificates. And when you click on that, you should see that screen. So I'm seeing it under on my administration screen. So when we went back to home, oh, wait a minute. And you took them and you told them to go to learning resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
My professional development. See, I have reports and users, but you only have my professional development. You should see the same thing that I see, and you would go down to certificates. Do you want to retake all the words?
Now that, I was gonna have you leave that up there.
Oh,
It
okay.
said something, it won't populate again.
It won't.
No, but that talks about how the date doesn't change if you've taken it before.
Oh,
Just know that you have to have the date for those learnabouts after you signed the what do you call that? The registration or the
WebAuthor.
application in WebAuthor. Once you did that, then your teachers have the availability to complete their learnabouts. And then if they had taken it before, if they download the certificate, the date will be too old. So you would have to make Lori, make a circle around infant learnabouts. You're gonna take a screenshot there around that whole thing after you take it, because the date will update there where it says date completed to the new date, but your certificate for all 4 of those will not update to the newest time that you viewed it again. So that's the only thing that you have to know, is make sure you have the correct date for those learnabouts.
And Kalisa, do you also want the, in that situation, the screenshot and the certificate, even though the certificate will, no, just the
Just
screenshot?
the screenshot, just showing the date it was newly completed. And so if you're in the infant Todd track, you're gonna do both infant and toddler learnabouts. If you're in pre-K, you're only doing pre-K. If you are signed up for both, you're doing all 22 learnabouts. Okay,
And you can see if they did it in Spanish, they would have a Spanish.
oh, that's true. Thank you for bringing that up, Lori. If you have teachers that prefer to take the learnabouts in Spanish, every single learnabout is available in both English and Spanish.
All right, are we
Our-
good?
On our screen, we do not have a user option. However, we still find the learnabout certificate with how you showed us the first time. Thank you, Kelly.
Okay,
So you can stop sharing your screen, Lori.
okay.
Yeah,
Share.
there we go.
All right.
So do I have any other questions? The most important thing is to know that you have to log into MyTeachstone in order to locate those learnabouts, making sure that you have all of the classes that you took with the product key code with the learnabouts for pre-K. Have it complete before you upload it for your teacher. And for the infant Todd, it's going to be the product key code classes. I think there's 2 with the learnabouts and the virtual trainings that they took with that live Teachstone person. So that is a little different than what pre-K is. So making sure that everybody goes to our website, maybe they use the little flyer as a checklist to make sure you have every single certificate, and try and put it in one PDF. It'll make it so much easier for you to upload per teacher. And just making sure that teacher is near you when you do upload all their information, so that they can either receive it on their phone and sign that they've completed all those classes, or they're next to you in the office and they can sign on your computer that they've taken all of those classes. Do I have any other questions?
Sorry, I have one last question.
Here,
I have 2 staff who are new, have not done their 45 hours. Can they be added to the web, Arthur, to receive the, oh, they would have to, and if they can finish their DCF hours by June 30th, can they be added?
Catherine, what was their hire date?
Last week,
Okay, so what you're gonna have to do is put their names and their hire date in an email and send it to ARPA. And we're gonna
Okay.
have to review it to see if we have any bonus spaces left to provide that to them. But you would have to be sure that they can take those exams before June 30th, because I feel that there's like a hold up on people trying to get into those DCF exams because all those classes seem to be full, but check on that first.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
But
And
you could
that's
at
what I-
least like go ahead and email ARPA so we can see how many spaces we have left for that, for the recruitment. You did the background screening on them, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, so if you've done that and then after they've worked 120 hours, you could tell us like how many hours they're working a day. We'll kind of give an estimated time frame if we have the space available to provide that bonus to them. Okay.
Yeah, and I was going to add that DCF, those are very limited for signing up and taking those classes. It would be very hard, I would think, if they're a brand new hire and if they haven't even started those classes. And I'm gonna just go out on a limb and say it's at least a 90% chance they're not gonna get it done before June 30th. Just because I know the sites of where they can sign up to take the classes are very limited. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Kelly. She said, thank you. This was helpful. All right. Any other questions? All right. Well, if you don't have any other questions, you all are free to go. Have a nice evening or afternoon. Sorry. You're welcome.